da 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 da, etc. Today we're going to have a look at this pen. Sorry for this outburst. I'm dying. I should not sing these things. Wasn't even really singing as I understand the definition, but in any case, Conklin Empire, which I'm going to call, I'm just going to go ahead and call it Empire, just to be annoying. The Conklin, actually the Conklin Empire, c'est un stylo très intéressant because this is a pen with a flex nib. And people just love having flex. It's the way it is. The Conklin Empire Stardust, hence my slight Star Wars reference. In this case, Stardust Blue. Nice pen. Sent over by the other FPOG, Brian Goulet. Now actually it was not sent to me, it was sent to Aziza, but I nicked it. So here we go. I thought I might as well review this too. So again, sent over by the Goulets, much appreciated, thank you. I know people want to see this pen because it has a flex nib and there is some sort of magic appeal to flex. So let's face it, we all want to see how this writes. That's what I'm going to show you. I will first show you the parts of the pen, then I'll do a writing sample, and then I'll tell you what I like about it and what I don't like about it. Let's get started. Okay, the Conklin Empire. In this case with an Omneflex nib. You can buy this pen with a B.R.E number 6 in extra fine, fine or medium, or you can get the Omneflex nib, okay, which I'll show you in a second. Box, simple box, nice cutout for the logo, which I rather enjoy. Cardboard sleeve, oops, sorry, I just hit the tripod leg, sorry. And then the actual box. Box comes with some nice accoutrements. There is this little card, there is something on the Omneflex nib. Over 100 years of experience has allowed Conklin to produce the world's finest fountain pen nibs. Let me come back to that. And then there is this little card with filling instructions. There's also a black and a blue cartridge, which is rather nice. And below that there's nothing, but it does hold everything. Okay, sorry if that was loud. And then we have the actual pen. Now, before I get into the actual pen, let me just show you the size of this pen in a right next to a TWSBI Diamond 580. Alright? So, a rather similar size. Okay, an acrylic body. As I said, Goulet sent this over, so thanks to the Goulet Pen Company for this. Acrylic body, right now it is on sale for $120, and as I said, you can get it with a B.R.E nib or you can get this Omneflex nib. Parts of the pen. It's a very interesting pen shape, which I think you can see here. It's kind of squared with this sort of cross running over it. It reminds me of a vault, a cross vault, architecturally speaking. Interesting clip. Looks like a bottle to me, but that's maybe just me. Clip is kind of springy. It's just a little hard to get anything under that, but it does work. Sort of flat here, and then you have these facets that kind of stick out a bit. It is an interesting design, I will say that. As you may also be able to see, it is slightly transparent. You can actually see the nib and feed through the, and section through this. Interesting center band with that red on there, nice contrast with a deep blue. And then you have this barrel, which is kind of the same. So this facet that stands out continues on the barrel. And because it is a squarish pen, they always line up, which is kind of neat. Now you have this squarey end near the back end cap there. The end of the barrel, and the nice thing is because of the shape you can sort of post this. It needs to fiddle around a little bit, but there you go. Then you have rather a large pen, I would say. You can also use it unposted, of course. Section is metal, tapers down, flares out a little bit, and the cap is magnetic, which some people really like. It's kind of fun. Okay, under the hood we have this nice cartridge converter. So it comes with the pen, kind of neat. And then we have the actual nib, which is what people want to see. This is that Omneflex nib. It says Flex, it says Conklin, it says Toledo, USA, and it has a plastic feed. Interesting cutouts near the side to give it that flexiness. Now, I know what you really want to see. You don't want me to talk about this forever. You want to just see how it writes and how flexy it really is. So let's get this show on the road. Conklin. Empire. I'm not going to bother with Stardust Blue if you don't mind. The nib is Omneflex, which is a steel nib. And the ink is Monteverde California teal. Okay. The nib is pretty smooth. It's not the smoothest nib I have ever used, but it is pretty smooth. Let's do a bit of fast writing. Okay, keeps up pretty well with the ink flow. I mean, the ink flow keeps up pretty well with the writing if you go this fast, but that was not flexing it. Wetness, in general, not bad. But now, the flexing. I have just inked this up. I had to, because it was empty. And right now, it keeps up pretty well. However, I've tried this pen extensively, and if it is not just inked up, if the feed is not primed, the pen runs dry very quickly. You get railroading very quickly. Alright? So that is something to bear in mind. It looks good now, but this is only because the pen was just inked. Okay, do a bit of flex writing then. So this makes it look like this pen keeps up really well, but again, the only reason it does so is that the feed is completely primed right now. Under normal writing circumstances, if you basically do this, there you go, it's already starting to railroad. Right? Now, I'm going pretty fast here, but this is more realistic performance for this particular pen. Okay, sorry about the noise. Let's see what I like about this pen and what I not like about this pen. Okay, what do I like, what do I not like about the Conklin Empire, the Conklin Empire in Stardust Blue? The pen has some nice things going for it. The fluted design is quite nice. It does feel very plasticky to me, I will say that. But the posting is nice. The choice of nib options is nice if you don't want to flex nib, because some people don't. Some people don't like flex, they just want to have a normal pen for everyday writing. Extra fine, fine, medium, Bock nibs. Bock nibs are of known quality, made in Germany. So that is always an option, right? You can get that. I do think it looks nice. The material is cool. It definitely looks, Stardust is well chosen. It definitely looks like a Starry Night, which I really enjoyed. As I said, I like the design, this sort of, I don't know if we should really call that fluted design, but this squarish bit with these facets on it that stand out a bit. I do think it makes for a nice visual appeal. So in that regard, not bad at all. Not super cheap. Currently, I'm recording this December 2018, currently on sale for $120 at Goulet Pens. Not super cheap, but I've seen worse, right? Let's talk about things I don't like so much. Well, there's one big thing. The nib. It writes, and I know I've shown you this in the writing sample, that it does flex. I'm just doing it again now right here. The biggest issue is when you just ink it up, it's fine and you think it's great, but as soon as it's been inked for a little while and you write with it, you notice how quickly it runs dry and how the feed can really not keep up with the ink demand of the flex nib. This is not uncommon. This is something you see in a lot of modern flex pens. Unfortunately, no one has been able to recreate the good old-fashioned forged 14 karat gold nibs with flex. But here's the solution: buy a vintage flex nib, and it's probably going to cost you 120, if not more, as well. It's affordable. Just be realistic in what to expect. It's not going to be vintage flex, but no modern flex nib is. It doesn't matter what brand you buy, none of them ever is. And if you know that and appreciate that, no problem. If you're an artist, you want to use this as a flex pen. If you're a calligrapher, you want to use this as a flex pen. You can. You just need to prime it regularly with the converter. And if you do that, no issues. So, a kind thank you to Goulet Pens for sending me this pen. I appreciate it. I hope this review was useful. I'm glad to see you later. Bye bye.